Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's June 25th, 2024, and yesterday I was using the tree puller. So this is the tree puller down here on the front of the Hulk. So this is designed, so it's got one fixed side here. It has heavy teeth on it right here. And that's welded to the frame of the unit. Then we have a hydraulic cylinder that opens these jaws, and they're almost like an alligator. Nice aggressive teeth on this. And it has a nice bar here to push up against a trunk of a tree, and this to protect you from limbs coming in and doing damage as well, or from the tree coming over the top of it. So yesterday I used this to go ahead and grab some of these 6x6 posts and put them into holes that I drilled up in the third food forest for the grapevines. I'm going to use this today to try and pull a few trees. Since I have the unit attached to the Hulk, and I need to switch that and switch to a bucket after I get done trying this. But I have some trees that have been growing up around the marginal zone here. So here's some willows, and these willows are a real pain in the butt, and they might be right into the blocks there. And I lost some of my block wall there that I'll be doing some repairs on a bit later. But I've got a few trees around the marginal zones that I'm going to go ahead and try and grab a hold of it. Now, I'm not using it like it's intended to. Those the teeth on that grasper are designed to get really low on the trunk, right near the base, where there's lots and lots of fibrous, strong, woody material at the base. That's the way you should grab a hold of a tree. When you're grabbing it up higher, because I'll be reaching from up above here, so this is 3 feet above where the root crown is, all the way around here. I won't get to those over there today because that's where the patio is. I won't be able to do this one because it's too far out to reach. There's other ones that are, they have bindweed here. So some of these other trees are too far out to reach. But I'm going to try and grab a couple of these. Like this one I can reach. And we don't want to do any damage next to the wall that goes around here. But there are a couple. And remember, these young trees, they get thinner and thinner as they get higher, and those teeth are pretty aggressive. It might just rip them right in half. So, and these ones are a little bit too far, I think, as well. So we'll grab a few of them. The rest of them I'll have to get with the excavator later on. So while I have the tree puller on there, I thought I'd give this a shot and see if I can get a few of them out without doing too much damage. Then I'll switch over to the bucket and repile some wood chips and go on from there. So here we go. grab a hold of this root ball here. See if I can get it. Okay, I can set that down now. Open it up some. Another little one here. See if we can grab that at the same time. I think I've got it. Got a lot of work to do here in the first food forest. I'm obviously way behind, but I had this tree right ahead of us and I'm about to pick up. It's a pretty infected black rot that's persistent and has not. Is that going to get all of them or no? Yeah, I think that's got most of those. So when you have a persistently infected fungal operation, this is one of the ones I bought from down south, this tree. It's one of the pluots or apriplumes, a cross between an apricot and a plum. Let's see if I can get. So I'm going to put these, see if I can. I think I got them all in there. Bang around anything here with the solar panels. Snug it up a bit. So I'm going to bring this down quite a ways away from where any of our trees are, our stone fruit trees. Grapevines, or I don't have to worry about this fungal infection getting spread anyplace else. Trying to get things so I'll be able to see ahead of me a little bit better. So I should have gotten these out a long time ago. This is how things work out. This Avant 860i is fantastic. It's the game changer for moving logs. Certainly, it's doing a pretty good job moving these small tree and brushes and all together here. Considering, drop the front end down since I'm going downhill here. And that tree puller on the front of the Hulk really is a fantastic tool as well. Just got always being careful when I'm grabbing stuff like this, because there's the sensors and switches, hydraulic lines, all those are right up front here. I really pay close attention to those so I'm not damaging them. beaver pond is way down. I hope no turtles. I was just on here a couple minutes ago and there weren't any turtles in the road, but there's no way for me to see on the ground ahead of me. Nice young buck a little while ago. I was by when I was coming back the other way from here. It has been very dry around here. We really need some more rain. We did get a half-inch of rain the other day, but we've had lots of thunder and windstorms, very high windstorms. Power outages all around us, trees down. I'm going to start extending the boom out. These were all areas I got in here yesterday. So nice, got such a tight turning radius here. Better than using the grapple when you have a big glob of soil hooked to the root balls of all these plants. willows here. I'll put this down by the beaver pond so the youngsters can all munch on these. Really nice having the swivel, hydraulic swivel on this unit. Push it a little bit further out from me, move the boom out further because I'm about ready to run over. Run over this small tree, and I don't want to catch that one. Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's the second day, or it's the day after I started this video with using the tree puller on the front of the Hulk, and I pulled a few trees around the perimeter of the pond 5, and then I went into the first food forest and I pulled out a couple of trees that are more susceptible to brown rot and that have been persistently infected and spreading it to other of my stone fruit varieties as well. So I used the Green Machine after using the Hulk. So the Hulk Takeuchi TL12V2 track loader with a tree puller, and you might have seen a better image of the tree puller when I was putting in the moving the 6x6 posts around. I'm sorry, I should turn like this. Think about the sun being to my face. I use the tree puller not as it's intended to do, but to grab a hold of 6x6s and place them into post holes for doing the trellising with the grapevines. After that, I used the Green Machine with the tree grabber, the grapple on it, to move the trees that I pulled out of the first food forest and pulled out from around the pond. And I deposited those down into an area that's not a hugelkultur pit, but all of those trees were going down and getting buried from soil that I dug up around the driveways. That's going around an area so we can get over to the new property with a dump trailer. But I'm standing here by the Illinois mulberry tree right here. And this tree has been such an amazing tree. This tree has suffered from wind damage 2 times. I think about 5 years ago. The tree split in half and then split into a third. So it's healed up extremely well. So we've lost major limbs when this was a younger tree, but it's healed extremely well. But there's a couple of damaged limbs up there right now, but the birds get to these before we ever do. And so these are some of the Illinois mulberries right here. These are so good. There's very few fruit that taste so delicious. I love blueberries. Let me see, can I get the light here? You want to eat them when they turn like a purplish color. And these get to be nice and long. Now the birds come through. Here's one here. Now, we've got lots of mulberry trees here on the property, and this is one of our ways of keeping bird species around in here so that they help to keep the pests under control on the rest of the property and in the gardens. Absolutely delicious. Just wait until they get nice and purple. Delicious. So I'll try to do an update on the first food forest one of these days, because I really hadn't done much with the first food forest this year at all, except for moving some trees out of the first food forest and going to the third food forest because I had it too densely packed. But yesterday I came through and pulled out a couple of the diseased fruit trees. So here's one of our cherry trees, and this has succumbed to the brown rot, which I probably will do some fungicide treatment with. But there's another Illinois mulberry here, and another one of our cherries here. And this does have some of the brown rot on the cherry. So getting rid of the really infected trees really does help out a lot in the future. And another cherry here. And of course it'll spread from tree to tree if they're real close together. You got nice high winds and you have that high moisture content in your season and all. So these need to be treated a few times with one of the fungicides, and I'll make a video about that when I do with that. And I can see now I need to prune this Illinois mulberry here, because these are the branches that the deer will just rip right down, and they're in here all the time eating. So I got to do some pruning here to get this tree under control. And we start these as tiny little trees. I'm sorry I'm going off on a tangent here. Start these as tiny little trees, and when you plant them too densely, you have more disease problems, potentially more damage for high winds. When a limb breaks or whatever, it smashes into the other one, because these will get much larger as time goes on. And this one I've had to cut back, I think 4 or 5 times so far, to try to keep it under control, because our winds are just so darn high here. So I use the grapple, or it's known as a heavy-duty tree grabber that you've seen me use when use this when I'm sawing up some of the logs for the firewood. But this is what I also use to move big rocks and all. So this one accessory for the Avant 860i grabbed a hold of all those trees that I pulled out, which had quite a bit of soil still attached to them. I grabbed a hold of it, and with the hydraulic turning ability on this, it works very well. So I may just go ahead and just cut to some video just showing what I did yesterday with that, and then we brought them down and back by the beaver ponds, and I'll be making a video about the beaver ponds pretty soon. But we brought them down and back, and we're using some of the fill to cover up the area. So this is a totally disjointed video. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying talking about it. So that's it for today's video, folks. Just a recap of what we did yesterday, what equipment we used, and the amazing and fascinating Illinois mulberry tree, which is hardy here, but I would plant it in an area where you don't get the super high winds. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye now.